Podcast starts now. What's up, everyone? You're listening to StraightioLab. That's right, StraightioLab. And I have a breaking announcement, and that is that my co-host, the notoriously cranky George Civeris, is in an incredible mood today. George, would you like to speak on it?
Before I begin, I do want to say, just so everyone knows, it is a Tuesday afternoon. It is not normal how good of a mood I am in. You know what I mean? I think it's important to set the scene.
Yeah.
Who would ever be in a good mood on a Tuesday afternoon?
I didn't know it was physically possible. I expected the George I know would have come on this Zoom and been like, well, it happened again. I didn't get anything done today. And sort of being like, oh, well, I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know if I can record. We need to stop recording on Tuesdays because it's just not good for me.
Okay, you're overreaching a little bit.
No, you'd be like, my life is fucking miserable. You'd be like, I can't wake up. You'd still be in bed. You'd be crying for some reason. And you'd be like,
wow.
No, but you would be cranky.
No, of course. I mean, I think I would be cranky on a Tuesday afternoon. I think most people would be cranky on a Tuesday afternoon. I think it is normal to be cranky on a Tuesday afternoon. I think it is not even, I was going to say we need to destigmatize it, but I think it actually is not stigmatized because of how normal it is.
Yeah.
And in fact, you know what does need to be destigmatized? My current feeling, which is being wildly optimistic and happy on a Tuesday afternoon, I think actually needs to be destigmatized.
Why are you so happy today?
And thank you for asking. So there are various things happening. There are various things that have lined up perfectly for me to once in my entire life be in a good mood on a Tuesday afternoon. I would say one, as everyone knows, I was preparing for my big solo show on Saturday, and there was a sort of there were 3 weeks leading up to it that I was just stressed. I felt like I was cramming. You know how I'm a last minute girl. You better believe I was still writing literal sentences that I said that night at 3 p.m. on that Saturday.
Oh no.
And so that show is over, and I feel like, and then the next big thing we have is we have a bunch of our out of town shows later in the summer. So I feel like there's a sort of 2-week period where I really have genuine free time that I can use in whatever way I want. So that's one. So count them. 1. 2, next week is my birthday. It is close enough that it's sort of exciting, but also I'm not putting any pressure on myself this year. I might not even have a birthday party. I don't I'm just sort of oh, it's fun that it's my birthday, but also who cares? So that's 2, count them.
Okay.
3.
You're yelling.
3, I've been watching tennis during the workday all day today.
Wow.
While imbibing a series of drinks, not alcoholic, by the way, but I'm getting various seltzers from my fridge and then putting various citrus fruits in them that I'm cutting into fourths and then squeezing into them. And I have been doing that at a nonstop basis for approximately 5 hours. Now, I'm not a bit, tennis is the only sport I watch, but watching anything during the workday, just the thrill of that, it's like being homesick. It's like being, it's like hiding something from someone and having your own little secret. I'm also home alone, so no one else is here. I am manspreading on my couch like nobody's business. I work in finance and I'm commuting from Murray Hill to Midtown the way I am manspreading on my damn couch. So that's 3. 4, guess what?
There's 4 reasons why you're in a great mood. This is getting insane.
Reasons.
Okay.
Okay. So this weekend, and by the way, we're recording Tuesday before the Wimbledon finals, okay? This weekend is the Wimbledon finals. When I tell you 2 separate events for me to watch the women's final and the men's final have fallen into my lap free of charge, would you believe that if I told you that?
I guess I have no choice.
Would you say you are making that up in order to sort of solidify this toxic positivity narrative?
I would say the first one. I believe you.
Well, my dear friend Sam, for the women's final, I'm going to a sort of an event at a restaurant that is serving British foods and snacks to celebrate Wimbledon, with a sort of brunch menu. And then for the Sunday men's final, I won a lottery to watch it at the official Wimbledon-sponsored outdoor screening with a giant screen. Guess where it is? Oh, honey, it's a 15-minute walk from my house.
I can't believe you right now.
Can you believe this?
No, I can't believe it one bit. First of all, congratulations on all of your recent successes.
Thank you.
From winning the lottery to the great show, we are all so proud of you. And the fact that it's your birthday does not get lost on me.
Of course.
That being said, I don't know how to interact with you when you are this happy.
It's weird.
It's very weird. And it's like it's sort of like, I almost feel like am I supposed to be like, well, I'm like, I either compete with you and I'm sort of like,
right.
well, I'm actually
interesting that's your instinct. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so one option is compete with you and sort of be like, that's interesting. My birthday was last week and I'm still sort of in the afterglow. And I actually just went on vacation. It was amazing. And I'm just feeling so refreshed to be back in the city. But that's not how I'm feeling. And so it's not authentic.
No, because I can tell you're not in the best mood.
I'm in a normal Tuesday mood.
A normal Tuesday mood.
I
do want to say, just to be perfectly candid with everyone, I have been now talking to Sam, because we were talking before the Zoom started. I would say we've been talking on and off for like 30, 40 minutes. Have still not asked him how his vacation was. It keeps occurring to me to ask, and then I remember how happy I am because of all my big news that I'm like, just keep talking about yourself.
I can't believe you. To be self-aware and know you're not asking questions is one of the weirdest...
I've thought about it approximately 4 times. I keep being like, just ask him, and then I'm like, okay, in a bit.
Wow. Well, I think you should have a birthday party, to be honest. To go back to it.
Totally.
I know that you're saying that you're...
I think I ultimately will.
You're saying that you're in this great mood, but a person in a great mood wouldn't not have a birthday party, if I'm being completely honest.
I think you're right. I think I need to jump on this mood and channel it into planning something for my birthday.
Yeah. I think having a birthday party isn't as a service to your community. Somebody has to host these events.
It's very true. Should we bring in our guest to sort of help... get us out of this toxic positivity cycle and perhaps even moderate some sort of debate between the two of us?
Yeah, I think that could be huge. Well, our moderator today, we're so excited to have her. Please welcome back to the podcast, Rachel Pegram.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. Excited
no,
to be
thank you for having
moderator.
Us.
Oh, yeah. In a lot of ways, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does Georgia's positivity feel to you?
I don't know. I mean, especially when we got to the Wimbledon, I was feeling it. It felt good to me. Like,
it's contagious.
I was getting excited.
Positivity can be contagious, y'all. Positivity can be contagious.
I was like, damn, that is kind of nice. You're going to get to watch it with people. I will say I've never seen someone talk so hype about British food. Like being like, they're going to have... Ooh, this British brunch. And I was like, I don't know, it's really beans and toast, but...
Yeah, kind of famously not good.
No, it is, you are right that it's famously not good, and then you'll hear the Wimbledon sort of classics, like one of their classics is just like strawberries and cream, I think. They just like have that in big cups. And like, that does sound delicious, but then when you think about strawberries in bulk, you're like, those can't be the best strawberries we have on offer.
I mean, I'm thinking they're getting them a little local or something. I don't know.
I hope so. I would
pray.
Well, it's funny actually. It's actually kind of funny. On my vacation, I had some incredible fresh strawberries. Not that anyone asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm not ready to
All right.
really. I'm not ready to go down the line of talking about your vacation just yet. But you can certainly keep trying to bring it up.
Yeah, it's just on my vacation.
Hard to say where you may have even went. I mean, strawberries, that could be anywhere.
Yeah, did you go to England?
Pretty specific to a location. It was actually strawberry season, and you could pick them yourself. Not that I did.
Wow. That is a vacation, I guess.
Yeah, congrats on all the strawberries.
Yeah, hard labor out in the field.
Like I said, I'm having some as well.
Yeah, that's the relaxation.
Yeah, I went to Vermont, actually. I went to Vermont. Everyone's talking about it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Vermont.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was it?
No, go ahead.
I can't believe this.
Come on. Say it. What was it like? Burlington or whatever the other little ones?
Yeah, Burlington. Yeah, did you take a little stroll and go to the Burlington Coat Factory, perhaps purchase a vest?
Oh my goodness.
An off-season fur coat.
Yeah, it's summer, but
I didn't.
maybe there are sales.
First of all, I wasn't in Burlington. I was closer to Brattleboro.
Uh-oh.
And
Oh, excuse me.
Yikes. Brattleboro. Oh my God.
yeah, and I actually thought maybe that would be my new lifestyle. There was a part of me that was like, am I a Vermont person at heart?
Yeah.
And so I went there for a full week.
Oh.
And I don't think I am, actually. Turns out I miss NY City, but it was nice to go on a hike.
Oh.
What else did you do at this vacation?
Guys, you're setting me up to fail in such a toxic way. It's so crazy. Like, you already, first of all, George, you have everything. Your birthday is around the corner. And you're mocking me.
I'm sort of the girl who has everything, and you're the girl who just went to Vermont.
There's two types of people in this world.
There's two types of people in this world. Wait, okay. I actually do need to invite Rachel into our discussion about that article I sent you.
Okay.
Can you text it to Rachel?
Yeah.
We'll cut this out.
Okay.
No, keep it.
This is
Because it actually, the reason I bring it up, sorry, I don't want people to think I'm derailing the podcast. The reason I bring it up is because it's vacation related.
well, you're derailing the podcast, to be
I'm
quite
not
honest.
derailing. I'm re-railing.
Whoa, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, set up this article for Rachel.
Well, it's pretty much on bustle.com, which is a website that's owned by Bustle Digital Group, the company that laid me off as well as all my coworkers at Gawker 2.0 approximately 6 months ago today. Happy anniversary. If any of them are listening, I'm going to Wimbledon. So, and I want to say that the article is called 15 Girl Trip Instagram Caption Ideas That'll fill your followers with FOMO. Rachel, do you have it in front of you?
Yeah, I have it in front of me. It's so long.
It's really long. And so I would like to actually go down the list and read a few of these captions. One is, sorry you didn't get the invite, maybe next time.
No.
2, we run this beach. 3, the trip finally made it out of the group chat. 4, girls just want to have sun. 5, basic beaches. 6, a good friend listens to your adventures. A best friend makes them with you. Same time next year. Taking in the views with my booze. Love that one. Okay, beaching with my besties. You can't take us anywhere. That's a favorite. Already planning next year's trip. Beach bums. Let's get ship-faced. So that's if you're on a ship.
Okay, that's genius.
And then in my happy place with my favorite people. Love. Vacay was vacray.
Okay, now that's a tattoo. Now that's cool.
so
So I guess my question for you, Sam, is which of these would you choose when sharing a photo dump from your Vermont trip?
I think I would have to do, let's see. I mean, I'd have to go vacay was vacray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing about Vermont, I want to say, and what's difficult with these captions is it's not very Instagrammable. If I have one note for the state of Vermont, it is that you need some big walls with some graffiti on
Some
there.
corporate graffiti.
Yeah, because I'm in this place and it's like, okay, this is a gorgeous hike, but you can't take a picture of a gorgeous hike. And then you're like,
Totally.
okay, well, I'm on another gorgeous hike. And it's like, okay, well, the pictures of this gorgeous hike look exactly the same as the pictures of the last gorgeous hike. I know that it was different, but there's no way to show that in photos.
Are we talking views at the top of the hike?
We are not.
Oh.
Wow.
Where are you? What you doing up there?
Yeah, what is going on?
Or is it even up? Or is it kind of more like a loop? Like a
It was
trail?
kind of like a loop. It's kind of like a
Oh.
trail.
Oh. That's gentle. That's sweet.
So when we say beautiful hike, it's because around you there are trees.
And streams.
And
Oh, okay.
streams,
Okay.
sure.
What about wildlife? Any kind of bears or deer?
They say there's bears, but I didn't see one.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't think you're supposed to see one. I think it's sort of a bad idea if you see one.
Well,
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
in
you
the
wouldn't wanna
distance, you
yeah.
know,
In the-
you can
of
see
course.
one.
I mean, I was definitely kind of hoping to see one in the distance. I did
Yeah,
go,
that
and then I did go to a nude swimming hole,
Okay, and you can't
Oh.
take photos and post them there,
but I'm
obviously,
not allowed to
because
take
that would
photos
be-
because then,
yeah.
that would be pornographic.
Right.
That would be pornographic. And also that would be essentially, that you would have to ask everyone's consent individually.
Yeah.
That would sort of kill the vibe.
You'd have to get your whole legal team there.
That's
Call
right.
him in, fly him into Vermont.
If you are not accompanied by a legal team when you go to the nude beach,
Well,
you are not doing it right, babe.
you got to be prepared.
You got to be prepared.
Okay. Wow. So, what I'm starting to realize is the reason you are like a little lukewarm about this trip, I hate to say it, is because it wasn't Instagrammable. Do you think that's accurate?
I think there's something to it. I also, my true feeling is that I was hoping that I would find like a gay social scene in this weird Vermont town, because when I went last year, this old man started talking to me, and in a way that I actually really appreciated. I mean, he was obviously like insane, but he was like, "Oh, me and the guys are going to the country club to get spaghetti tonight," and I was like, and he was like, "You gotta come, you got an incredible body," and I was like. And I was like, okay, I actually needed to hear this. Thank you so much. And I was sort of like, there must be like a whole scene of like weird people, weird gay guys that go to this part of Vermont and like go to the country club, I guess, because that's the only restaurant in the town. And I was like, I have to go back and find this gay underground. And there wasn't one. I was like, so where does everybody go after the swimming hole? And they were like, to our homes. And I was
You were like winking at everyone. You're like, spaghetti night. Who's up for spaghetti night?
Mama. Spaghetti tonight, queen.
Spaghetti with a capital T. You're talking on Grindr. You're like, spaghetti with a capital T. I do think one of the main differences between gay and straight is that if a straight man goes up to a woman and says, "Want to have spaghetti? You have an incredible body," she literally has to murder him on the spot. And then if that happens to a gay guy, it's like, oh, fun.
I love it here.
I love it here. Everyone's so welcoming.
Yeah, and there was no hang, and I was really hoping for a little like. There's actually like everyone goes to O'Flannery's after the
Totally.
I don't think there's enough people,
pointing
period, though, in Vermont. You know what I mean? Like, there's just not a lot of folks. It's a lot. They're very spread out. They're spread out.
Rachel and I are being so Vermont negative. It's insane. Like, we are not even allowing that we're not even allowing you like that it could have been fun. We're like, why did you go there?
I personally have had a bad time in Vermont before, and so maybe that's what I'm. And maybe that's the energy I'm giving.
Okay, so this guy did start talking to me at the swimming hole, and we were like, oh, like he's being so fun, and this is like, oh, like me and Misha were like chatting him up, and he was like being nice and normal, and then he tried to recruit us for a cult, and it was like, nuh-uh. Like,
what kind of cult?
Apparently, it sounds really nice. They live off the land, and they're all very LGBTQ plus.
Oh, are we talking strawberry picking?
It's whatever it is. It's sustainable as hell.
Oh my god!
I went to the website, and they said they were building a new kitchen. If you wanted to come by and help, you could.
Oh,
they have a website?
Oh, they have a Facebook.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I would say those are actually two different things, but I'll continue.
Very different.
They're utilizing websites.
All right, yeah.
To spread the message.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they could try a Squarespace or something, but I mean, it's 2023.
But I will say, it really did hurt my feelings to think you're being chatted up and then try to be recruited for a cult.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bummer.
But maybe that's where everybody's at. So maybe they were trying to help you out.
It did kind of feel like maybe that's what Vermont is. It's like, yeah, you go to Vermont and then you join like a nature cult.
Yeah.
I think that in those areas like Vermont, rural California, Maine, like in places like that, I think cults are not as shocking as they would be if you joined one in New York City. Like, it's just a way to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're saying normalize being happy on a Tuesday, normalize cults in rural areas.
I think if you're in a rural area, why not join a cult?
Rachel?
Yeah, it depends on how bad it is what I think. Like, like, are they really trying to indoctrinate you? Like, are there weird things that they're trying to do to your body? If no,
totally.
You know what I mean? And it's just kind of hanging out at a commune and making a big pot of mac and cheese together. And, we made a big soup and a big salad, Oh, it's so nice. Oh, it's this girl's birthday. Oh, this is their anniversary. It's just people around to celebrate you, right? And have fun with.
Right. Yeah.
I love that.
This is a very pasta-based episode. Mac and cheese, spaghetti. It's on the mind.
Yeah.
I told you that Misha's company, the company he works for, is like, we've gotten like a big New York Times write-up for like being sued for having all these cult members and hiring from the cult. But that cult actually sounds incredible because it's like they literally just their idea is that you get closer to enlightenment the more you consume like fine wine and take in like beautiful art.
Oh.
Well, honey, that's just the truth.
Well.
Doesn't sound like a cult to me. That sounds like journalism because fact check, true.
That's incredible. Does that cult have a name?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Okay.
Is it subsidized in any way?
Well,
Because I would join a cult that believed all that if, let's say, I got a 20% off at all of New York's restaurants.
Wow.
I think
So that I could reach enlightenment quicker.
you have to give them like 10% of all your income, but I do think you get like perks.
Wow, that is not bad at all. It's like signing up for a little like you get a box a month or something, you know?
It's like a box.
It's like a wine club.
Okay, what's the difference between that cult and a country club?
I think country club may be worse. More racism afoot, perhaps.
More
You know?
racism. A country
True.
club does have facilities.
That's
To me,
true.
facilities are so important, especially in a big city where things are expensive.
Yeah.
I guess, but also country clubs are classes. You know, they don't want, even if you could afford it and maybe you're a little not of the right class, they don't want you there, really.
You know, what's worse? A club that is elitist, and so you have to be of an elite level to join, whether that's financially or culturally or whatever, or a cult that is not elitist but is exploitative, so it actually takes people that have less and then takes advantage of them. They are unethical in sort of mirroring ways, if you think about it. Which one would you say is more unethical?
Huh.
Isn't that interesting?
Huh. They both sound great to me.
You're ready to hop in either. If they're taking applications.
Which one has a pool?
Well, definitely the country club.
Right.
has a
Well,
pool.
that's definitely the country club has a pool.
I mean, the cult might have a pool too, but maybe they only use it for like baptisms and stuff.
Of course, and it's more natural and like dirt.
Yes,
heavy.
yes, the little natural pool. I am not here for the natural pool movement. Sorry, that's kind of aside,
No.
but I keep seeing them all around, and they have the little videos, and it's just dirty little pools. It's like I don't understand. I get that the chlorine, whatever, it doesn't matter.
You know,
no, it does matter.
desperation
Thank you for speaking.
It does
on
matter.
this.
The desperation of summer. It's like that. Really, everyone is so desperate to basically just be wet. Results in some of the most disgusting things you will ever see. Like when in New York, you see like someone like, you know, opening the fire hydrant, and then everyone's sort of like splashing around on the street, and you're like, that is unsanitary.
Well, and you know what? Actually, I'm more pro that.
You are.
I'm actually more pro water from the spigot in that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say my values are inconsistent, but you know, clear.
Should we do our first segment?
Sure. Wow. I actually feel like this is our first time podcasting ever. Something about this.
Wait, we
feels
actually have to. Well, yeah. It is our first recording in a month.
Yeah, and I think we're like both actually shaking the cobwebs off our podcasting tools.
Yes, and also it doesn't. You know, it helps that we are with someone we feel so at ease with and so comfortable with that I'm like, yeah, I don't need to impress her.
Yeah, I'm sort of like, okay, we're on a Zoom.
Yeah, you'll actually be getting something from my lawyer who I have on the line. So
I think we could all stand to be a little more litigious.
I 100% agree. All I'm wanting, even just to have less therapy, more lawyers.
That is literally one of the best points I've ever heard in my entire life. Like if when you are being hurt by someone, rather than going and talking about it in therapy, you just sue them, that would actually be better for everyone. It would create more jobs. It would move more money around. It would stimulate the economy.
Yes.
It would be more exciting. It would actually, it would create more. You know, I think a lawsuit can be very erotically charged. And I think if you are constantly in the process of either suing or being sued, that could really spice up your sex life as well.
Of course.
It would give you stories. I mean, everyone could write a memoir about the time they were sued.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, imagine that you're trying to like set a boundary with a friend. And instead of being like, hey, I need to set a boundary with you, they received a letter from your lawyer that was
Absolutely.
like, if you do not respect this, we will see your ass in court.
I think even if you have a small row with someone, you should immediately ask for a what is it called when they can't come close to you?
Restraining
order. You should immediately ask for a restraining order. I think at any given time, people should be like creating and or calling off restraining orders. It's like, oh, I'm not mad at you anymore. I'm you'll get a call. The restraining order is off.
It's been lifted.
Wow.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Expensive, ultimately.
Well, so is therapy.
That's true.
I mean, listen, I bet you this will be literally a cheaper lifestyle than therapy.
I think it would give a lot of jobs to like all those little billboard lawyers and little bus stop lawyers,
100%.
Yeah, and they have dreams too.
They should make BetterHelp, but for these sort of friendly lawsuits. Like, it's like I'm trying to, file a lawsuit against Sam because he questioned my toxic positivity. I immediately call BetterHelp. I'm on the phone with a lawyer. It's sort of like a fun one. They have, he has a septum piercing. And then he's like, great, I'm, sending it now. Sam is CC'd. And Sam's like, got it. Talk to you in a week when the restraining order's over.
Yeah. I mean, and then you'd start seeing like Instagram ads for like LGBTQ plus affirming lawyers.
Oh my God, yes.
I'd be like, thank you for seeing me.
Mm-hmm. And also, is there anything more LGBTQ than a restraining order? It's like, define your boundaries.
Yeah.
Rock hard.
Yeah.
My boundary is hard. Yeah, that sounds great. Well, I think we should do our first segment.
Rachel, our first segment is called Straight Shooters. And in this segment, we gauge your familiarity with and complicity in straight culture by asking you a series of rapid fire questions where you have to choose one thing or another thing. And the one rule is you can't ask any follow-up questions about how the game works. And if you do, we will quite literally scream like in that one scene in Splash where Madison breaks all the TVs.
I've never seen this Splash.
I cannot believe. For me to make such an iconic reference and be immediately shut down by my podcast co-host, I am calling BetterHelp for lawyers as we speak. Rachel, have you seen Splash?
No, I haven't as well. So
damn. Well, there's a scene in Splash. She's a mermaid, okay?
Okay.
Is everyone on board?
Okay.
She's a mermaid and she becomes a human.
All right.
Now,
okay.
Because she's a mermaid, she is able to sort of screech at this very high pitch because she has to communicate underwater.
Oh, that's why.
So she does that really loudly inside of a like a Best Buy type store, and all the TVs break.
Oh.
Cinematic.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what does that relate to again?
If Rachel asks any follow-up questions, we will scream so loudly that all our screens break.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
And you know, we've actually gone so far on the reference. I feel like I might have forgot a little bit as we were going along the way. But I'm right here. I'm right here. I'll be right here. I'm in it.
George, can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Why did she scream in the Best Buy like store?
So, it's been a while since I've seen it. I think maybe she did it as one of the ways to prove that, oh no, I know why. Oh my God. They asked her what her name was, and her name was
she couldn't translate it.
She couldn't.
And so then when she did that, all the TVs broke, and then they named her Madison, or maybe she named herself Madison. I can't remember, because one of the streets, she was on like Madison Avenue, so she looked at the street and they were like, "We'll call you Madison." And by the way, did you know this? After that movie came out, the name Madison became the #1 name for baby girls in the country. That's like why people are named Madison.
How did you know that?
This is like a pretty well-known thing.
Well, no, I don't know. Based on the sample size here, it doesn't seem that well known.
I'm going insane because this is a famous movie with Tom Hanks.
Hanks is in this?
Yeah.
Yes, he's the love interest.
Yeah, not familiar.
Right.
Huh. I cannot believe this. You know what we're doing? We're renting out a movie theater for my birthday, and everyone is watching Splash because I cannot be around this many people who do not get these important cultural references.
Well, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I must have missed it. 80s? What is it? 90s?
Yeah, 80s.
80s. Yeah. Okay. Mermaid, Tom Hanks.
84.
Okay, 84. Oh, yeah. 84.
It's Daryl Hannah, Tom Hanks, John Candy, Eugene Levy.
Eugene's in it too.
Oh.
Eugene is in it, babe.
Wow.
Cool.
All right.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Directed by Ron Howard. Need I say more?
Oh, okay.
Cool.
That's nice.
Good for him.
Sam, would you like to start our segment, please?
I love Happy
Okay.
Days. I've seen that. So
Yeah, so good. Okay, Rachel. Charlie XCX Vroom Vroom or Mazda RX-7 Zoom Zoom?
wait, I was not kidding. I do not remember the
Rachel,
rules.
you literally have to pick one.
Wait, but I don't know.
You have to pick one,
Oh,
and that is quite literally the one rule.
okay. Zoom.
Okay, Rachel, calling a sandwich a sando or having the bandwidth to visit Orlando?
Calling a sandwich a sando.
Huh. Okay.
You can't take
Scissor
me
sisters?
so seriously because I don't.
Rachel, focus.
Rachel,
please
you have to be
focus.
listening. Listening's so important in
Yeah,
this game.
I know it. Oh God. I mean, all right. Yes, let's keep.
Rachel, do not make me talk about Splashmore because I know more facts about that movie.
Okay, Rachel, Scissor Sisters or Kissing Cousins?
Oh yeah. Kissing cousins.
Okay, Rachel,
Don't say
listen
like that.
closely. Listen closely to this one. Donating your hair to Locks of Love or migrating your herd of goats to the hills above?
I guess ultimately, locks of
Locks of Love. It's gotta be Locks of Love.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
Okay, Rachel, follow me on Threads or shoot me in the head?
Shoot me in the head.
Rachel, shopping for trends on the real or dropping your friend because she's fake?
That's a good one.
Dropping your friend because she's fake.
Okay, Rachel, finding pleasure in the simple things or finding pleasure in the pimple popping videos?
Ooh.
Oh, finding pleasure in the simple things.
Okay, Rachel, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or super call me Friday? Let's just expedite the process.
Wow, amazing.
Super. Call me Friday. Let's just expedite the process. Of course.
That's amazing. Wow.
Thank you. Wow.
Wow.
Sam,
well,
how do you think she did?
I'm worried. I'm going to be honest.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
scared.
she did well. You didn't
Come on.
you didn't think she did well?
I mean, the question is, does she think she did well? That's sort of what I'm trying to ask.
Here's what I think. I think the narrative that is being sold to us is Rachel, Rachel is acting like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just a girl.
Uh-huh.
But then the actual answers were all perfect. So it's a very how do I put this? It's very false modesty. It's very like, Anne Hathaway or it's very Anna Kendrick, scrappy little nobody. You know what I mean? And so in a sense, it's a flawless performance.
Of course.
Wow.
But in another sense, you're like, why are you so insecure?
Wow. Damn. Okay. And every analysis is valid. Ultimately, every analysis can be said.
We've always said that
Every analysis is
can
valid
be
and
said.
can be said.
Yeah. To say it out loud is one thing, and for it to be is another.
So true. So
It's
true.
what I'm often saying.
Do you think every analysis can be said only, or that every analysis is also valid?
I believe both, in the way that a circle is a square is a in the way that
I know
not
exactly
always a
what-
rectangle
Of course,
in
of
a
course,
rectangle could
yes.
even be,
Yeah, a square can even be a
right,
rectangle
and they
even
can
be.
also,
Right.
and that is ultimately where we got the the theorem.
And of course.
Yeah.
And not
And-
even to mention.
And if you even get into the
Do we-
of it all.
We don't even have to stoop to the level of saying what theorem because everyone knows what
We
theorem
know.
we're
We
talking about.
know.
Yeah, of course.
And-
Jumping off
And
that.
by the way, all theorems are valid.
All
And-
theorems are
and can be
valid.
said.
And can be said.
Most can be said.
Most can be
most
said.
can be said.
Some
so that's an addendum.
some can be only thought, a theorem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, some
Oh, of
theorems
course.
can
Well,
only-
that's what quantum
It's
physics
all
is.
in the
It can be
mind.
thought, but it can't be said.
cannot
It's all
be
in the mind.
said. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all theories are valid.
Correct.
And some can be said.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yet all can be said, but some can be thought.
Only some. Well, not all can be said. Some can be thought.
This is interesting. Can something be said but not be valid?
Something be said but not be valid. I would say the yes. That's where X marks the
And can
spot
something
on
be
that one.
Yes. And something can also be valid but not be said, of course.
Of course.
Something can be valid and I just don't express it.
Correct.
Well, okay, here's my follow-up question. Can something be said but not thought?
Can something be said but not thought?
Oh, that is-
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, that's hard.
That's interesting.
That's a tough one.
To be said and not thought.
Oh.
There's a quickness that has to occur, I believe.
Yeah.
It has to be a reflex.
Fast.
Wow.
You know,
It has to be a reflex.
the outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
An impulse, Not.
Impulse. Reflex.
Yes. Yeah.
It's Freudian actually. Something, that is what a Freudian slip is. It's said but not thought.
Correct.
Wow.
Or maybe it is thought, because if something is in your subconscious, does that count as a thought? It is deep down
It's
a thought.
thought somewhere, but you don't know.
You don't know.
Well, you don't-
So
you don't
something can
really
be
know.
said and thought,
Well, no
but
one
not
knows.
known. Well, no one
No,
knows.
not for sure. Of course. But we know
Well,
that.
of course. We know
Yeah.
that. But can we say it?
I can
think
say
we just
it.
did.
We've said it, but is it believed?
And now we've said it.
You know?
But have we
Yeah.
thought it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Wow. This is a challenging episode.
Yeah. I'm going to be taking
I
this
can
one
tell.
to the lab. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I will be taking this one to the lab.
Yeah. Wow. I'm excited to hear your results.
Thank you.
Well, let's hope they can be said.
I mean, we'll see when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
But I'll try to
Yeah.
communicate them.
You should.
Yeah.
Only if they're valid.
Of course. Of course, only if they're valid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Wow. So I'm going to say
Wow.
776 doves.
Out of 1,000
Yeah.
is Rachel's final score.
Correct.
That is tough. After that entire performance,
Well, that's 1,000 doves.
that's
Wow.
1,000 doves.
But-
You think Rachel's performance in the actual segment 776,
Yeah.
and then Rachel's performance in the epilogue 1,000.
Yeah. It's like when the sequel is like Empire
It's
Strikes
Mamma
Back.
Mia, here we
Yeah.
go again. Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
wow, this
fascinating.
really, took it to another place.
Wow.
Well, I have to agree there. I have to agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I accept it. I'll accept.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So we don't have to get
That's
the
good.
lawyers involved.
No, I won't be
No.
calling mine. But we'll see how the rest of
Ours
it goes.
are on the line.
Oh, no, mine's
but-
in
and they're-
the
but they're
other
selling-
room actually.
Oh,
So
well, of
yeah,
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all telling us we're in the clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing thumbs up at us.
Yeah. Somehow we all owe money. But to each other in an equal amount. So we all come out
Oh,
sort of
okay.
like
Thumbs up.
So we're
yeah.
not paying
Yeah.
each other
yeah,
anything.
thumbs up. We're not paying.
That's
yeah.
No,
great.
no. That's amazing.
Okay.
Wow.
That is the American dream.
I'm crying.
And happy 4th of July.
And happy 4th of
Happy
July.
4th of July.
Seriously, you guys. Happy 4th.
Oh, say, can you see?
Wow.
I was at a 4th of July party where someone truly played the national anthem. And I said, what is going on?
This year?
Don't
This
you think it's
year.
interesting? Sometimes like legitimate sort of unironic patriotism comes out and you're like, put that back.
Yeah. Like, what are y'all doing? Why would you do this?
That's kind of scary.
I have such a distinct memory of I won't say when this was because I don't want to get back to this person, but at some point in my life, anywhere between 5 and 10 years ago, someone I knew was dating this girl, and then it was 4th of July, and I was with all I thought sort of like-minded people that were sort of ironically having a hot dog. And this girl shows up in an unironic American flag look that was not meant to be humorous. It was like a denim skirt and then like a red and white shirt. It was like subtle tribute to the American flag.
No.
Huh. That's tough.
Huh.
How
And
did people respond?
And I said, look at here, little miss. Get the fuck out of my house.
Well.
And everyone clapped.
Yeah, of course.
That's great.
That makes sense.
That's amazing. Yeah.
How old? I feel like if you're young enough, you can maybe get away with being.
Great question.
We were all 27.
That's a little too old.
No.
I was thinking maybe
too
she
old.
was 16.
Right.
No.
Yes. I was like, oh, maybe she's
No, she
17.
wasn't a
She was
toddler.
out from, came into town.
Yeah.
This
is like my friend's baby. It's my friend's baby. They put her in a little American flag outfit. I'm like, get her out of here.
Should we get into the topic?
I think we have to.
So this is a controversial one. And I don't even know how to start. But Rachel, would you try to describe how you came to this topic, what the topic is, and what feels straight about it to you?
Okay, yes. So so the way that aunties, like aunties in the broadest of senses, all kinds of aunties operate online, in life, in sort of a very inappropriate way, but not inappropriate in a gross way, of course, but just like,
Right.
Replying, understood, like, oh my God,
Yes.
look at you, so cute, like adorable, like, hey, I want you to text your sister, let her know about this thing that's going on, which I think is very, I think auntie, that culture is very straight, like I think it is.
Yeah. Your way in is very much auntie's behavior on the internet.
Yes.
Like it's like commenting on your profile picture on Facebook, like, just saw your mom yesterday.
Mhm.
She said you got a promotion.
It's like, you didn't why didn't you respond to my call? You didn't call me back. And it's like, oh, why are you commenting on this Instagram
100%.
post from 4 years ago to try and talk to me right now?
It's also maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's also sharing a meme, sharing a WhatsApp meme.
Yes.
Very auntie behavior.
Yes. Sharing a meme that you have maybe seen 5,000 times, and she's sending the big laughing emoji, like, oh my
Yes.
God, have you seen this?
Yes.
Wow. I think I'm starting to get it. I think I'm starting to understand this topic. And I think, peek behind the curtain, we talked before the episode started, and I said, I don't know if I get it. And now it's all becoming very clear. And I think what it really is there's a unabashed wholesomeness that is straight. Like there's an uncritical approach to the world that is like, no, it doesn't matter how I communicate. I just will communicate. And even just being like, I'm here, kind of George's A Smile is Contagious. I'm here to spread joy exclusively.
Yes.
Oh, you better believe her bio on all platforms is A Smile is Contagious.
Yes. Yes. Like proud dog mama, plant lover.
She is a nurse and she has the fun scrubs that have like SpongeBob on them.
Yes, absolutely.
To me, the archetype of the auntie is almost like the good tethered of the archetype of the Karen. It's like, what if someone, the archetype of the Karen then became the opposite of that while maintaining the same level of sort of lack of cool, you know what I mean? Lack of awareness. But like the good version of that.
Yes,
Wow.
I think you're right. I mean, I think that aunties ultimately are like they're want to support you. At the end of the day, they're just like not doing it necessarily in the way that makes sense for the time, for the place, for the moment. But there is like a love that is present versus Karens are antagonizing at every turn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. It almost feels like a new political spectrum.
Well, I think they're the backbone of our country.
Okay. keep going.
No.
And I surely thought there were more.
If you have to ask, you are not being very auntie right now.
Wow.
So why don't you heart my comment and move right along, sweetheart? Because I will not be explaining myself to you or to anyone else. And if you have any questions, then I will refer you to my bio, which is a smile. Every smile is contagious.
Wow. Well, okay. So they're the backbone of the nation.
Yeah.
Period. Full
Period.
stop.
Yeah.
Full
Doesn't
stop.
need any more.
Okay.
And
I think they are nurses. They are they knit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think they have the Kate Gosselin haircut, but not in a Karen way, in a nice way.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's efficient. It's either
efficient.
they're in an older age, they couldn't find their hairstylist. Oh, that lady, she moved to another town. I couldn't find a new one. So now I had to start doing my hair myself, or maybe she had some children, and then she had to cut her hair, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They can be divorced, but not always.
Yeah.
I sometimes, and this we talked. I mentioned this pre-episode in our pre-episode breakdown. It does feel slightly LGBT coded. I'm hearing a lot of a single woman.
Sure.
I'm hearing a lot of she loves her dog.
Mm-hmm.
Genderqueer haircut.
Genderqueer haircut. Sort of. We're not sure. We don't look much into her personal life. We
Totally.
don't know what she's up to when she's not at the family event. Or commenting on my pics.
Of course. A mother figure who is not a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That can be very queer.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, because aunties will step up. Aunties step in.
They will step in.
Step up and step in.
They will step
take
in.
take over,
Take in.
and
They
raise.
will speak and think.
They'll raise.
And
They'll
raise.
raise a whole child.
And that's valid.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's the
So I
whole
see what
plot
you're
of Megan.
saying, Sam.
Ultimately.
Yes.
Okay. I guess so. There's no, but there's no rebuttal to this. It's just like
No, I see what you're saying. Yes, there are queer elements to the archetype of the auntie, but then the pure, unadulterated, earnest joy that she leads with does seem straight.
That's true.
Because it's rooted in a hopefulness for the world. You know what I mean? It's not like I feel like it would be more, it's not like activist-y.
Yeah. I like this. We're saying that being happy is straight, and being cranky is gay.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I think that's true. You're trying to looking through the lens of not having as many problems, not having as many issues.
Sure.
Rachel, you were sort of saying before we got on the call that you have found yourself exhibiting auntie behavior. Would you like to speak more on that?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because I was born with, as an aunt. I was born an aunt. I have nieces
I've always
who are
wondered about
older
that.
than me. And then I also have ones who are very close to me in age, nieces and nephews. And they always call me Auntie Rachel, which was something I really kind of was like, why? I am I'm 13 and you're 11, what are we doing here? But now I'll find myself, because they're moving a lot faster in life because they're in Texas. And so they're just, they're having kids and they're getting married. And I'll just comment under things like, is that the other baby? I haven't seen her.
Oh my God.
It's
wow.
Literally caught myself in my niece's DMs being like, you are so beautiful. What an incredible young lady you've become. And I'm like, what am I doing? But I was just like, I don't see this girl at all. And I was like, I guess I better say something nice to her. And that's the words that came out of my mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is so real. I actually do sometimes find myself acting like that with my younger cousins. I sometimes find myself acting that with my friends' kids.
Mm-hmm.
You reach an age where you are able to access that very specific way of talking.
Yeah.
That is that is parental. It's not quite parental. It's
it's almost like from a pedestal. It's almost like removed, or like
Yes.
there's some like like godliness to it, where you're like, I am not a part of this, but I need to communicate from where I am.
Yes. Yeah, and I want to show my support. So I'm going to do it in a way. And also, I'm speaking to people that I don't talk to all the time. So I don't want to have any tinge of irony or joke or sarcasm because I don't want you to not get it because we don't talk all the time. So I'm going to be as straightforward as possible and tell you that you are the most beautiful little girl. And it's so nice to see you growing up, you know, like keep working hard in school, like go to college and whatever. Like, it's so inspiring. Like, I'm not going to like do a weird bit with my 20-year-old, 19, you know, like, I don't know, like, they don't know me like that.
I think that is also what's sort of straight about it, is like, it's these, no matter what your personality is, when you get into the auntie mode, you talk in this very specific way that is like regimented and well-known and doesn't have a lot of leeway for originality.
Yeah, I would say it's a way that I've never spoken in my life before.
Yeah.
Just sort of like coming out of me.
You haven't, but so many other people have.
Yeah, so many women
and
before me.
And you are now so many
Yeah,
women
you're part of a
before
rich
you.
tradition. Yeah.
The
And you are now
ancestry.
part of the
Yeah.
Wow.
So in that sense, that's also a sort of a straight thing, something that's passed down through generations, something that is ancestral.
I mean, to know your history is straight.
Yes.
Wow.
Sam, have we convinced you?
I feel so convinced right now. My lawyer's giving me a big thumbs up, telling me I'm allowed to be convinced. No, I think it makes complete sense to me now. I feel there were many theories, many were said, more were even thought probably, and potentially all of them, well, some of them are valid.
Some of them are valid for sure.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
But how many of them were known?
And so that's where it gets tough.
Yeah, let's circle back. We'll have to circle back.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll be awaiting the results from the lab on that one.
Yeah.
They're going to process
My lawyer's
that.
taking down the thumbs up. It's going to a thumbs down.
Oh no.
Oh my God. This is really scary.
Yikes.
And I'm now seeing the paperwork. It's being faxed to me, and it is not looking good, folks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That fax is long. It's a long.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, my lawyer is very thorough.
Dang.
Such an amazing lawyer.
You know how people say, you know, therapy speak has invaded our language, and everyone's talking about boundaries, everyone's talking about, you know, being gaslit and being love bombed and whatever. I think it would be wonderful if that was replaced by, if there was toxic legal speak, where everyone, it's like it was a stereotype for millennials that they process everything legally.
I think that would be cool and more interesting and dynamic.
Everyone's going around and they're like, that's libel. That's libel. You see an article on bustle.com and it's like 5 signs he is being treasonous.
Treason. When you know it's a time for a cease and desist.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know, for anyone out there in the deep state that determines what things are trendy and what things are not, that could be a fun idea for the 2020s.
Yeah.
I think it could be nice.
I think it would be really nice.
Yeah. 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 And I'm really starting to think about it. And I'm like, that could be nice.
And when it happens, sure, I'll sue because it was my idea first. But that's part of the fun.
You have to.
And now we're having a dialogue. Now we're at play.
Yeah, sometimes being sued can be so powerful to like open up a conversation.
We need to destigmatize being sued and suing.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. Because you know what? I don't even think everyone needs to go to trial. You know, not everyone actually needs to be in court. I think you start suing, you start sending little papers around, you start getting in each other's faces, and maybe you actually start having a real conversation. For once.
Thank you for saying it. I mean,
For once
and by the
in
way,
your goddamn lives.
And if you need to go to court, that's also fine.
Incredible.
That's fine.
Yeah. But I'd say
I bet
most of
judges
us
would
are
be
not.
happy.
Oh, thrilled.
No.
They would.
They would love that.
They would absolutely
and-
love it.
And not to mention, Suits would be back in a big way.
Huge.
Finally.
Immediately.
Finally people start dressing again.
And see, and I actually thought you meant Meghan Markle suits.
Meghan Markle suits. This
Suits
would all be
coming
huge
back.
for Megan.
And I think Suits
coming
does
back.
definitely come back in this world.
Mm-hmm.
We get a reboot.
And it has a new veil. It's newly relevant because it's commenting on the millennial obsession with suing and being sued.
Yes.
Wow.
And they're like calling it out, but they're also really happy because it's supporting their practice now. They're like able to be like take on more cases, but it's also really frustrating, you know, to deal with all these people being suddenly so litigious.
Rachel, did you watch Suits?
You know, here and there.
Wow.
I would say this. I don't know what happens. I kind of like, well, you know, my mom was watching it, so it sort of was like, oh, that's on. I don't know what the main plot of Suits is, other than I know there's 2 white men, Meghan Markle, and another black woman, and they're all kind of mixing around.
Suits is the literal platonic ideal of an auntie television series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is, I feel like it so perfectly encapsulates everything we've been talking about. It's like, Suits is a straight show.
Yes.
But not like toxically straight. It's not like, what's the other one that's like the most popular show in the world with,
Big Bang Theory.
Kevin Costner.
Yellowstone.
It's not Uncle television, which is sort of like the
Scary.
other side of
Yeah.
that. Scary, jingoistic, problematic, whatever. No, Suits is like, it's fun. There's one of the leads is a woman. It's Meghan Markle. The title is a pun.
What's the pun?
Only
lawsuits.
It's lawsuits.
See,
That's
I had no idea. I had no idea this show was about the legal system.
Yeah.
In all my life.
Oh yes.
What you think they were in those suits for? Where do you think they were going?
I thought they were finance people.
Prom.
I thought
they were finance people.
Yeah, I thought it was more like a
no
financial show.
No.
Now
that would be toxic.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh, they're
toxic.
just making money. These people are in theory trying to help.
They're helping.
People.
They are helping people across the country.
Yeah, being a lawyer is charity work. It is akin to volunteering.
I would say
even if you work at a corporate law firm representing a corporation, that is volunteering.
That is volunteering. Yeah. That's working at an orphanage.
It's giving back.
It's giving to the community. It's giving.
It's practically like working in a soup kitchen, I would say. On 100%.
par. I don't see a difference. In fact, I think working in a soup kitchen is way more egotistical. Like it's very much like, look at me feeding, like thank me for this food.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas working at a law firm is like being in the cult that makes collaborative stews and soups and macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
It is a much more communal, cooperative experience. You don't have this sort of like messiah complex where you're like, oh, I'm going to go into the soup kitchen and I'm going to be the one to save these people. No, you're just one of the people.
No, it's family because they literally call each other partners. Oh, you're partner.
What?
I'm
oh
a
my
partner.
God.
Oh
so
my
We're together,
God.
you know?
That is amazing.
Yeah, to call each other. They called each other partners before gay people did.
That's one for the history books.
Yeah, so if you see someone, your gay friend, and they're like, this is my partner, cite your sources, because you are quoting the television series Suits, doll.
When you say partner, you're appropriating legal culture in a way that is beyond toxic.
Yeah.
It's stolen valor even.
I hope you got a copyright for saying all that, partner.
Because my lawyer
and by the
is
way, we're
fucking
suing
hungry.
you.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, this has been a pretty weird one, huh?
Yeah, it's a return to form.
I love it. Should we do our final segment?
Well, Rachel, do you have any last words on Aunties, on what's straight about Aunties, on your implication in auntie culture?
I mean,
maybe anything about how they're the backbone of all of society.
I think we covered that, so not that, but anything else you want to say?
I mean, I agree that aunties are the backbone of this great nation. I think we would be nothing without the support and love and little comments of our aunties, I think aunties misusing the internet actually helps us all. in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think by having people who are not tech literate, it just sort of reminds us that this isn't a space really meant for us. We're not really supposed to be here in this.
Exactly.
You know, we need to be out there in the world. And also, however you use it, however you get through it, I think is okay. You know, and maybe sometimes
they remind
you do
us
it
of
a
our
little
humanity.
wrong. Yeah.
They remind us of our humanity. You know, because everyone's out there sharing memes and being irony poisoned and saying things like, "Oh, this slaps, she ate." And then an auntie comes along and she says, "You look great in this photo."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, finally an actual person and not a bot
Right.
that's funded by Russia."
That was my follow-up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like, it's the whole, it's cringe, it's chuggy, it's this, it's that. You know what? Be embarrassing for once. Be
Have
stupid.
the courage. Have the courage to be embarrassing for once.
That's what I think.
Wow.
Final question, Rachel. Can an auntie ever hold a position of power in this country?
I think often they do.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think perhaps often they already do. You know?
Yeah.
I think and did you have a question there? Was that something there, Sam? Sam was
Sam, do you have?
It seemed like you had something to say.
'Cause to me, that answer.
That was kind of a full answer. But if you
it was
need
a yes
more,
or no question, I think
if you need an extra side of mashed potatoes with this entree, like go ahead.
Perhaps some cooperative mac and cheese that we just made in the
come
other room,
through.
but-
I was going to say, who's the most powerful auntie? The most public, the most powerful auntie we have.
we all know the answer.
It's
though.
Oprah.
I was going to say Kamala Harris.
Okay, but either way, a similar energy.
Maybe Kamala is more stepmom,
Yeah, I can see that. She's coming in.
whereas Oprah is more auntie.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
done.
Okay.
she's got a mysterious private life. You know, she's doing her own thing.
You know what? Actually, you are absolutely right. I mean, Oprah is every smile is contagious.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. She even takes it a step further and is like, and we have, a fake scientist here to prove it.
Well,
And he wrote a book called Every Smile is Contagious. And he has been disbarred.
and actually, we didn't even touch on this, but aunties are often in cute a little bit.
Yeah.
And say that.
Yeah, misinformation is huge.
Often a little,
They are in Q. They are in an MLM.
Yes.
They are
Yeah.
in the cults with the mac and cheese.
Yeah. They get tricked. They
Yeah.
get trapped, but it's under the guise of thinking they're going to help or learn something new or do
Exactly.
something good. I'm not saying it's good behavior, but
Well, they're so pure that the
Yes.
world is cruel and kind of takes advantage of them.
the naivete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rachel, look out.
Yeah, watch out, Rachel. We don't want you to end up in Q.
Hey, that's okay. I'll be all right.
All right.
Okay, cool.
I'll fight them off.
Maybe you'll work your way up.
Oh.
And then change it from
Ooh,
within.
and then
leadership
maybe I
position.
could be cute.
At least- you could be
Oh.
Q, and then you could make it better. You could make it sort of like more egalitarian and inclusive.
I think that would be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Well, you
when
heard
has
it
a
here
black
first.
woman ever run QAnon? You know? Since
that.
when has a black woman, like, they just never get the opportunity?
Seriously, tell me, when was the last black woman who ran QAnon?
Right.
Because I actually can't think of one.
I can't think of one.
I can't think of one.
Never been, I guess. So much for diversity, so much for inclusion.
So if you are an auntie out there who is voting in the upcoming QAnon elections, consider voting for Rachel.
Thank you. A vote for me. A vote for me is a vote for me.
Mm-hmm.
Say that. Speak on it. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's do our final segment.
Let's do it.
Rachel, our final segment is called Shout Outs, and in this segment, we give a shout out to something that we enjoy. Imagine it's 2001 and you're in Times Square, TRL, shouting out to your squad back home about anything that you like. George, do you have one?
I do.
Okay, can you go first?
Yes. What's up, summer girls and summer boys and movie goers out there? I want to give a shout out to the summer comedy because you better believe it's back. In the last few weeks, I have seen No Strings Attached and I have seen Joyride. No, what am I talking about? What's it called?
No hard
The Jennifer
feelings.
Lawrence one? No Hard Feelings. I have not seen No Strings Attached, and guess what? That movie's not good. But I have seen No Hard Feelings, and I have seen Joyride. When I tell you I was having the time of my life, I felt like I was on MDMA at a Diplo concert in 2014.
Whoa.
Anything was possible. Obama was president, and I was ready to go out afterwards and stay up all night and all morning and then have pancakes for breakfast because I was laughing my little booty off. And I am looking forward to seeing list them: Bottoms, Theater Camp, Problemista. We are talking original comedies with theatrical releases, people. We need everyone out there. We need your butts in seats because we are saving cinema one R-rated comedy at a time. And by the way, all of those movies, we're talking success for past StraightioLab guests, including future StraightioLab guest Jennifer Lawrence. Our door is open, Chica, and we are ready to have you on. And by the way, go to the movies. Woo!
Woo! That was a beautiful one. Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've been having the time of my life at the movies, and then I get back home and I look at my letterbox and I see people being like, "Oh, 3.5 stars." There were a few laughs, but I didn't love what it was doing, and it's like, shut your stupid face, and try to enjoy something.
Yeah.
These are people that don't like to have fun. I feel that.
Nuh-uh.
Not Letterboxd. It's just, you gotta have joy. Not every movie has to be, a Fellini.
No.
Like, let's have some laughs.
Let's have some laughs.
I mean, the laughing I did in those two films. Have you guys seen them?
I've seen No Hard Feelings.
Did you like it?
I did like it a lot.
It's so good.
Jennifer Lawrence did a lot of incredible physical comedy. I was impressed. I was like, damn, I did not know I was gonna see her out here like this.
Mm-hmm. Incredible physical comedy, incredible chemistry with the young actor.
Yeah.
I mean, I love like a little supporting role from like a Matthew Broderick where he's like literally doing it for fun.
Yes.
I'm obsessed.
He gets a couple little jokes. That's all.
Hey, and that's all we can hope for.
And what's the other girl? I mean, everyone's amazing in it.
I gotta see it. I gotta check out this film.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do mine now. What's up, freaks, losers, and perverts? I want to give a huge shout out to Big Stupid Shorts. That's right. They're in a giant way, and I have, I am a slave to the trends, and I saw the trends, and they were happening, and they were happening, and they were happening, and I was like, damn, I missed it. Everyone's wearing Big Stupid Shorts, and I missed it. But guess what? I ordered a pair of Big Stupid jean shorts. They look absolutely horrific, and I am wearing them, and I am strutting my stuff, and I feel like a completely different person. For years, I've been a shorts chica, and I have, don't get me wrong, looked incredible, and I can always return to that. But now I'm opening up a whole new world of Big Stupid Shorts. I don't know what I'm referencing, but I am referencing something so hideous that is coming back around and being beautiful and chic. I look straight, to be honest, and I look like a bully, and it is hot. It's crazy what a Big Stupid jean short can do for you and your family. Run to the store and find a pair for yourself and find the new you this summer. XOXO, Woo! Sam.
Wow. Sam, did you see that I wore my new big shorts to your birthday?
I did. They look incredible.
Thank you.
And can I tell you, I ordered mine like a week and a half before my birthday, and they weren't there in time. And I was like, well, great. I'm going to look fucking stupid on my birthday.
You know what's great about big shorts? Easy to get them in a sort of a vintage store environment because they don't have to fit perfectly by definition.
Exactly. It's a beautiful new era.
Absolutely beautiful. It really is difficult to keep up, I got to tell you. We were talking, this is not the time or the place for this, but we're talking about how tank and open button down is on its way out.
It's on its way out.
Like we've reached... we've just reached saturation.
Which it's crazy because now it's t-shirt and open button down.
Do you?
I actually do.
Both.
That feels like a regression.
I know. I'm like, well, we've already done that.
It's like it's like ugly, but in a way that is.
Can I tell you what I think is the new thing?
What?
open button down, nothing underneath.
Well, you have to be at a good
No.
vacation spot for that.
I think we're gonna start seeing more and more of that, not in vacation spots. Mark my words.
I like
well,
that.
I hope to God you're right because I'm having fun with it.
I like a deep low V unbutton.
Ooh.
You know?
I'm the.
Ooh.
Why not?
You mean button down?
Button down
Or
low
like
V. I'm saying
button- yeah.
practically just one button above the belly button.
Yes, I do.
All
that's
the way
my
button.
that's my classic summer look.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
sounds like it's going to be a sexy little summer.
Ooh.
Rachel, whenever you are ready.
Wow. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm out here in the summertime, just like loving it up, living it up, giving it up, and I'm so happy, thrilled to every day sort of be doing this new activity that I have started over the summer, really dedicated over the summer, and that is something that a lot of people are already doing, but I'm actually doing it in a way that I think is different. So, and that thing is Pilates. Yep, I'm out there. I'm out there doing Pilates sort of every single day. Just kind of committed hard to an unlimited subscription. And now I'm just sort of absolutely out at the classes doing Pilates every single day of my life. And, you know, I think it's a lot of hype. There's a lot of people in there who are very thin and they, you know, it's kind of warping your brain, but also a lot of weak, thin girls in there that make me feel strong. So yeah, that's consuming my entire identity at the moment.
Wow.
You know what people don't tell you about Pilates? It's hard.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
It's not exactly as like affirming as yoga. You think everyone's gonna be like, oh, it's okay if you don't do it perfectly.
Oh no.
I've been yelled at a Pilates class. I have one time been made an example of because I was doing something wrong.
Oh my God.
As they should.
Well, that would never happen in yoga.
As a queer creator, I have been a target of a Pilates teacher.
But that is support.
Oh.
That is help. That is to get you through it. That's so you don't hurt yourself.
Exactly.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
You know?
They
In yoga,
they believe in you.
I think so. You know, I think in yoga it's a lot easier. Well, let me not say, I don't know. It seems like it's a lot easier to not
but in yoga,
hurt yourself if
exactly.
you do something kind of wrong. But with Pilates, you're on that little machine. You got your little ropes. You got your little springs and things. Like, you could get tangled up. And next thing you know, you're swinging up above the goddamn place, you know?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh,
Yeah,
God.
that happened to a friend of mine actually.
Yeah.
They swung up.
They were like,
Yeah,
oh, it was a suicide. No, she just got caught up in the Pilates springs.
She got caught up in the Pilates springs.
Yeah. And that'll happen. You know, that'll
That will
happen to
happen.
a friend.
Yeah, it happened to my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still on the roof.
Right. They couldn't get her down.
Yeah, they started
They couldn't get
charging
her
tickets
down.
to go see her actually.
Yeah.
And her name is Pink.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, that's how Pink started doing that in her shows, is that she got messed up during a Pilates class and started swinging
Yeah.
around all over the place. Someone walked in, they said, that's fine.
They said, I can sell this.
This is good.
And she's still her manager to this day.
Well,
Wow.
Rachel, this has been an absolute delight. Thank you for doing the pod.
Of course.
I feel ready to spread joy and positivity, and I'm reminded that every smile is contagious.
Every smile is
it is.
contagious.
It is.
And we'll see you all at Barbie on July 21st,
AKA George's birthday.
aka my birthday.
Wow. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, mine was pretty recent too.
Okay.
I don't know if you.
All right. Did you need something? It sounded like we were
interesting in the
wrapping up.
sense
So
that-
what are you doing?
It's interesting in the sense that we're similar in the sense that Sam's birthday is not now and mine is.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine just
Yeah.
happened actually. It was really recent. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was
time
the text
keeps
not enough,
passing
or what's
between-
going on?
between the birthday and now? So anyway, but I hope you had a good time in Vermont.
Yeah. Battleboro? What was it?
Yeah.
Brattleboro, and somebody open a gay bar there, and I'll come back when there is one.
Yeah. Just don't Instagram anything.
Okay.
All right.
Well then.
Okay.
Bye.
Slay.